And here we go. As Joker saying Batman the Dark Knight, here we go. And we are live. All right. So got the invites to everybody and everything, and let's see, get this ball rolling. They as people will start to come in and everything. Say it's your boy King Gabe here, and it's a very interesting topic here. Talking about the 2004 Dream League, which anybody that's been following me, that's been following me ever since I started the channel there, and possibly on my other channels. Yeah, you would know this is actually a sequel to the 2004 unpublished Star Striker series. It's almost like how in the DC animated universe from the 90s and stuff, how they went from Superman to the Justice League, or I guess technically you could say Batman animated series, then the Superman animated series, and then the Justice League animated series, with the inclusion of Batman Beyond and Static Shock. And also the Zeta Project kind of was a part of it because it did have a crossover with Batman Beyond. And of course, Static Shock sort of was a late come in, but they still tied it in pretty good. Then, like I say, Batman Beyond kind of had to work that because it was in the future, and they sort of had to, okay, kind of tie in things to try to not throw off, a lot of continuity, and that's usually difficult. But what's up, Desmond? Got you in here first today, right? It's always someone different that comes in first every time. One like I say, so yep, it's almost like running a race and you get a different winner at the end of the race. So yep, so got you in here. So what we're yeah, like I said, so what we're talking about, Dream League, what that is. Um, yeah, let's say I don't know if you've seen my previous videos about the unpublished Star Striker series, but it's sort of a sequel to that. If you hadn't seen that, yeah, definitely be sure to check that out later under my playlist, Star Striker before Yumiko. Yeah, the some of the stuff I came up with Star Striker way back in the day. Um, and I know after this one, eventually I definitely need to go to the Heroes of Dream series, which yeah, that was also featuring Star Striker. I would say sort of an odd, well, not in a bad way, but I say odd because compared to the other iterations of Star Striker I've come up with, the one in my Heroes of Dream series is sort of, as Cookie Monster would say from Sesame Street, one of these things is not like the other thing. One of these things just doesn't belong. Can you guess which thing is not like the other thing before I finish my song? Yeah, one of these things is not like the other. So yeah, but we'll find. But when I finally get to, like I say, I'm getting to that. But when I finally um talk about my Heroes of Dream series, there you'll find out why that is. There, do watch. But I honestly I honestly didn't even know about that, to be honest. I mean, I'm not saying that I hate sports. I'm not saying that at all. But I don't really keep up with it. What's up, Janara? Say, I don't really keep up. I just don't really keep up with it like I do, the other stuff that I'm actually interested in. Like different other stuff, especially, and then like with my books and stuff like that. Yeah, I highly would doubt it. Because one reason, at the moment I don't really I got my laptop here. Um, oh, you don't really? Oh, okay. Well, okay, I guess you okay. So you're just curious. Okay, that's fine. That's ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Yeah. Um, like one of my managers. one time told me back on my day job. I had a manager. He told me one time, "Hey, ask questions there." So that's how we find out stuff. He looks tell me, "Oh yes, yes, I definitely do." Yeah, I definitely I saw on Facebook and everything. I got a question for you though, Janara. Do you? Okay, I know you're on YouTube. Which I hadn't checked out, but have you? And I need to check. I need to check that out. Do you post things on your YouTube channel like you do Facebook? You like like you have your videos, your reels and stuff of you and Billy. Do you put any of that on your YouTube channel there? They, I'm just curious there. Yes, yeah, because I gotta say, no, see, which you crush on Billy and everything, kind of makes me. Oh, not really. Oh, God. Yeah, yeah. Well, like I say, I know. Uh, one major crush I had on a TV character. The biggest one I've had a crush on was Taya Gardner, aka Anzu Mizaki from the Yu-Gi-Oh series. She was one of the main female leads of the show. Um, and yeah, I had so and like I said, I watched Yu-Gi-Oh when it came out when I was in high school. So yeah, like I said, I had a crush on her then, and yeah, man. Hey, hey, like I said, don't let that get you down, Janara. You say stand by what you enjoy. Yeah, if that's if you really like this, you gotta stay strong no matter what nobody say. I could they I've seen some people and I've seen some Yu-Gi-Oh fans, not people that don't like Yu-Gi-Oh, people that are fans of Yu-Gi-Oh have hated on Taya. And I'm like, really, guys? Yes. And so, yeah, you probably can imagine they probably rolled their eyes at me. So, I get. So, trust me, like I say, people, yep, yeah, they will do that. They do that, but that's one thing. People like us, we gotta. If we like something, we gotta stand by it. There. So, yeah, that's the way it being. It's a bow. Yeah, but yeah, I had a big crush on Taya back then. Yeah, um, so but yeah, one oh yeah, that's right. One oh, what's up, EJ? EJS, the one EJS. Yeah. So with Desmond, yes, with Desmond. Yeah, one reason I probably won't see the March Madness basketball, even if I was keeping up with that, or if I just wanted to watch it, just for the heck of it, um, I would because right now my the only TV that I got that's working right now shows in black and white for some reason. And also I don't really have the cable like I used to. I don't I used to have cable, like, but I don't have that. I just pretty much use the internet and watch DVDs. But in order for me to watch my DVDs and Blu-rays, I gotta get me a new not just a new DVD Blu-ray player, but just a new TV in general, because last time I got me a new Blu-ray player to try to hook up to my old TV. Yeah, it did not turn out too well. Yeah, and I had to return it because because I called myself trying to get modifications to make it work and stuff there, but yeah, it didn't work. So yeah, got my birthday coming up. So yeah, I'm gonna birthday as well as also a vacation, which will be like a belated birthday for me because somebody's going on vacation the week of my birthday. So I'll be going as soon as they come back. So get the light. Yep. Oh, thank you, EJ. Thank you. My birthday is March the 31st. So yeah, March 31st. Um, and so once it's actually my department manager that's on vacation that week. So after he come back and come back to put things back in order, that following week when he come back, I'll be dancing out the store for a belated birthday vacation. Yep. So 5 months. Oh, really? Okay. You say okay, March. So that means your birthday's in November. Okay. You got it's in November. So November, that's the same. My wife's birthday is in November. So yeah. Hey, she was all her she almost was a December baby, but she came out early. Yeah, she kinda came out. Oh, August. Oh, my bad. Okay, my mind went backwards just then. Bloop. My bad, this, but I went the wrong way in the calendar. So, but yeah, okay, but yeah, my wife's hers is November though. But yeah, okay, so August. Okay, so technically, you're in the same month as. Matter of fact, you're close to her. My to a cousin of mine that I've actually mentioned on YouTube, Tiffany. Yeah, you got her birthday month. So thank you, Billy. No, what? I wouldn't count you out just yet, Janara. Yeah, like I say, yeah. This is remember this is like I say this in your fantasy, this is your yeah, this is your fantasy, the Janara. Yeah. So yeah, no, as Jesus say, ye of little faith. don't don't doubt yourself, Janara. Don't doubt yourself. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I say. Last day, yep. So yeah, yeah, it's interesting talk about birthdays. So birthdays, and basketball, and TV. Yeah. So when I finally get that hookup, that hookup with a brand new TV, it's gonna because I know the TVs now they got built-in DVD Blu-ray players. They got it built into them. I've seen them at Walmart. They matter of fact got a good price on them. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to getting one of those when I finally go on vacation. Take some time to go down there and get it hooked up and everything. And yeah, we'll be back in business with watching the TV. And so yeah, and then eventually, other stuff on it. So yeah, so that's what will be up with that. So yeah, what else thought so with the Dream League, yeah, sequel to my Star Striker series unpublished, which is here on the playlist of this channel, Star Striker Before Yumiko, the Star Striker Unpublished series. So this was the sequel. It's what? Yep. Yeah. That's a good thing, Janari. You gotta. Yeah. Everybody gotta have something to keep them going. Yes. That's like I say, because it can be really rough in this life. So you gotta have something to get you through there. To keep your spirits up. Like I say, like I heard I say, everybody needs somebody. So yeah, so nothing is wrong with that. Man. Yep. Like I say, I know how it be. 'Cause like I say, when I started summer school, yeah, that's Big Sis Casey and our interest in Yu-Gi-Oh. That's what got us through and helped us make it to high school. So and a play of Legally Blonde. I heard about that movie. So y'all had a play of that, okay? Uh, Interesting there. And then I know you mentioned about the play of High School Musical. That definitely knew about that. Several schools have done that. And then I also know there was a play of movies like Hairspray. Yes, Hairspray. They've had plays done of them and a lot of the Disney movies like Lion King and stuff like that. Yeah, so um, yeah, there's a lot of interesting plays tied in with different movies. Some of them may not be tied in movies, but there's still some interesting plays though. So yeah, and they have two kinds of medium now. It's your first time, okay? Cool. Yeah, I think. Um, well, I know the first. I don't know if I've seen a play before, like seen a play before this. I've been in plays, but I don't know if I like been in the audience for one outside of my school, outside of school. But I know, I saw my boy EJ's plays with Sherlock, and then the one he did before that, the Zoo Man. There, so funny. Okay, cool. But oh yeah, that's yep, yeah. 'Cause at least they get yeah, and it's good. It's good. Somebody that we got somebody like you to give Billy some love there, Janara. Because Lord, no, Billy needs some love there. Um, that's gonna be part in the next tomorrow's live stream. It's gonna be you're gonna love tomorrow's live stream too, just as much as this one. But we're about to go into this one. But yeah, tomorrow you really gonna love tomorrow's stream, Janara. So yeah. So yeah, let's dive right in there. Yep. So with the dreaming, so yeah, just a brief summary of the Star Striker published series. Um, Boy named Samuel Lee Princeton. He's a teenager, 14 years old. Woke up with the power of okay. Yeah, I know I'm charging my phone over here. I know how that is, there, man. Yeah. So, but in fact, I gotta get a new charger for it because it's the one I got is working, but it's sort of iffy a little bit sometimes, leaks a little touch and stuff. So, gotta get me a new one this weekend. Yep. So yeah, a boy named Samuel Lee Princeton woke up with the powers of being able to shoot solar beams and yeah, not to be mixed in with Pokemon with yeah, I know it says solar beam, but yeah, he doesn't come up and say I'm gonna use solar beam attack. So yeah, but that was just the power I gave him because I was kind of tempted to give him electric powers like static shock, which that's what inspired me to make Star Striker was static. But I didn't want to be a copycat, of course. I wanted make something a little different, but that was the only kind of thing I could think of at that moment was solar powers. So yeah, that so I just went with that, and also flight, of course, so he could fly like Superman. He got the powers. Then he got a little partner named Target, sort of, uh, kind of with gadgets and stuff like that. Brian Robinson, who was like 9 years old, but he went to high school with Samuel. Then, as after fighting the bad guys and stuff, with the Octopus family and everything. Eventually, over time, they ran into Sword Girl, a psychic samurai. Um, she was her character was a creation from Big Sis Casey. Yeah, she came up with that character, Sword Girl, aka Julie Yukashi. Um, she joined, and eventually, after some time, she joined up with them. They had cameos from the Marvel universe, like Spider Man and Daredevil, and yeah, and then at the very last of it, had a big finale with the Octopus family turning into dinosaurs, and also on top of that, Daredevil had decided to move in to Shreveport in a mansion of his. So now that brings us to Dream League series. And the reason why Daredevil moves to Shreveport, I don't know. We just because both me and Casey were sort of putting stuff out there for Star Striker and then the Dream League series because of our characters and stuff like that. And she was a big fan of Daredevil, which Daredevil is a good character. I'm familiar with how he crossed over in the 90s animated Spider-Man series. It was real good. And then, of course, I even, both me and Case actually saw the Daredevil live action movie, the very first one with Ben Affleck, which is a good film. Um, Not too many. There was some people who were kind of critical to it, but yeah, it's not really a bad film. It's a pretty good little popcorn film to check out there, and you can really tell that the actors in this movie are having a good time, and especially Michael Clark Duncan, God rest his soul, who played the Kingpin. And I think it was Will Ferrell, I think, who played Bullseye. I'm not sure if I have that right. Yeah, if y'all, if y'all, if y'all, if it is him or y'all know who it was that played Bullseye in the early 2000 Daredevil movie, yeah, let me know. But yeah, but they were having a lot of fun with it, especially Bullseye. Bullseye. So yeah, we knew about Daredevil that way. So, so now all this came to a close. Now the first few episodes uh, that I'm about to talk about were actually meant to be the final episodes of the Star Striker series unpublished, but I didn't. But I had decided not to bring them up in the last video about Star Striker Unpublished, because it involves two more heroes joining up with them, and then now with the Dream League. So I thought it would be better to talk about them here in this Dream League video. So um, so they're about so they kind of Star Striker, Target, and Sword Girl. They sort of they're still defending Shreveport and everything, and they hang around with Daredevil. He kind of help, he's sort of like him to our three heroes is sort of like a Charles Xavier to the X-Men kind of thing there. So the Octorus and his family, they're behind bars and everything. So for now, and they don't have their mutant powers. So eventually, and character named Angela, who was Star Striker's, aka Samuel Lee Princeton, his girlfriend at that time. She ends up developing powers as a result from the last encounter where she was mutated into a shark lady, and even though they were able to get her back to normal, a power has developed in her, the power of firing exploding bubbles. So she shows everybody what she's able to do to Samuel and Brian and Julie, as well as Matt Murdock. That's Daredevil's real name. And they're like, okay, well, I guess you could be a superhero like us. Um, and she becomes Bubble Girl. Bubble Girl is actually, now I don't know how exactly that sounds to you guys, but that was what I came up with then. And granted, 2004. This was made way before I met Christina. Uh, when I met Christina, aka Queen Tina, when I met her in, what does that mean? Oh, thank you, thank you. Yep, and by the, like I say, I try, I do my best. I do my best to be a good person, with the help of the Lord. Like I say, that's it's not always easy, but like I say, that's one reason why. Like, that's one reason why it's even more important to, you know, follow. Be can't hardly get it out. To be a follower of Jesus, the Son of God, that be a follower, be a follower of God's word through His Son Jesus. I can't depend on others because they don't. Yep, and yeah, there are some people like that. Some people, that's I gotta be careful gotta be careful who you put your trust in, stuff like that. Now you always put your trust in God. Because one thing, God works through people, but if you put your trust in Him, He can guide you to the right people to, put like in your inner circle and everything. Because one thing about it, you gotta be careful about that, and I have learned that the hard way on many occasions. Had people that I thought was I'm going to have this person in my inner circle, and only to find out what their true colors were, and yeah, not so. Yeah, you got to be careful. At the moment, my inner circle, of course, obviously my wife and our friends, EJ and Casey. Yeah, they're four yeah, we are pretty much in a circle. Obviously, our families, but outside of our families, we're pretty much each other's inner circle. There. Oh, okay, okay. Well, we'll see you later, there, Desmond. There. They, yeah, you have a good day at work. There. No. So yeah, like I say, they. Yep. All right, we'll see you later, Desmond. There. Yep, and I've had people be I still have some people mean to me right now, even on my job. I'm not. I mean, not. I know I've had it growing up in school, but I've got some people on my job. Um, I had one person. Not gonna say the name, but one person was she was real not she somewhat was nice last year and like, hi, how you doing? But then the beginning of this year, 2025, she's like, I'm going to I can be mean if I want to, and I don't have to talk to you. And that's how she's been all pretty up to now. I like I say, if people get like that, I just avoid them, man. Yeah, they start, treating me like they want to just treat me bad there. So yeah, that's as a I'm gonna keep my distance there. So yeah, like I say, it will happen. Yeah, it does happen there, but there are people that will treat you good though. Yeah, and they say like just like in TV, you got good and evil. So yeah, just or better yet, since you're a fan of Billy and the Power, you got the good guys and the bad guys. Yeah. You got some people like the Rangers, and then you got some people like Lord Zed and Rita. Hmm. Okay, let's stay. Yep, we'll stay. Yep, let's continue with that there. Yeah, but Billy is a really good guy. I've seen, yeah, especially what I've seen of his character. He is a good person. I don't think he be getting the Rangers out of a lot of jams there, but with those inventions of his. Yeah, especially season three, leading into Zeo. I think he really had his shining moment, both in fighting in the field and pretty much having. Okay, let me get the Shogun Megazord. Okay, cross your fingers, guys. Yep. All right, Billy, I got control. Yep. Yeah, Billy. They I don't think they wouldn't survive without Billy on the team there. So yeah, you need somebody like Billy. So yeah. So going oh yeah, going back with Dream League. So with Angela, she and also one forgot the which I probably mentioned it in any other. So you just yeah, well, yep. Hey, there's nothing, and I put it like I said before, ain't nothing wrong with it. There, it, I got it's they say especially now with my wife, yeah. And, so yeah, so yeah. What I was about to mention about Angela, her character that she becomes Bubble Girl. This is, of course, before I met Queen Tina, and years later she changed after meeting her. She saw the character Bubble Girl and was like, "Well, why don't you make more feminine like Bubbleina?" And not only changed the name to Bubbleina, but also made her a mermaid. So that's how we got Bubbleina the mermaid later in her own comic series that she talks about here on the channel. So with Bubble Girl, aka Angela. Angela was actually based off of a friend of mine named Ann Schiller, and she had in 20 let's see, it's 2025. So in 2019, how do you feel about Zach and Trini? I kind of feel like Billy and Trini was more of a thing, and they never really um went there with they sort of hinted at it, but they never really went into that. Next thing you know, season two, Trini ended up getting replaced by Aisha, and yeah, they never got to go into that. But I always feel like Billy and Trini. Some people do like Zach and Trini together, but I'm more Billy Trini. Uh, but I mean, they're still good characters, though. Don't get me wrong. Um, yeah, yeah, I feel like Billy and Trini because yeah, in season one, yeah, she was translating a lot of his techno, the different words he would be saying, like when he uh be trying to explain stuff to the Rangers. Jason too. Yep, Jason. A lot of people love Jason as the leader. Yep, he started, especially starting off there. He had that. Yeah, Trini was the yeah. They say, but yeah, like I say, and it's kind of they um would have been nice if they had a longer time. Like I said, I do like the other characters, but it would have been interesting if we had got to see more of some of the characters we started off with there. Um, probably would have kept some of the views up with the first three seasons. Excuse me, there. Jason, Trini, and Zach. Yeah. So, um, but yeah, like I say, there's some things going on, and next thing they had to make those. Saban made those changes, and yeah, Trini or what? I don't. I've never really seen any hints of Jason X Trini. Like I said before, I'm more Billy X Trini, but I've never really seen. I've seen some people make fan arts of Jason and Trini, but in the show, I don't really think there was anything ever between Jason and Trini. In the show, I don't think so. Not from what I saw there, but um, yeah, but like I say, there was a fan art of Jason and Trini. They had Jason wearing yellow and Trini was wearing red. So yeah, but yeah, yeah, but like I say, yeah, Billy Trini all the way. That's where I'm at there. Yeah, and just that, but yeah, it kind of. Yeah, and it would have been nice if Billy had a got the Gold Ranger powers. I would imagine. I think he would have probably stayed on a little longer if they had have made him the Gold Ranger in Zeo to sort of as sort of from the blue to the Gold Ranger there. But they sort of had a missed opportunity with that there. They did other stuff there, so yeah. Blame the studio there. So yeah. Um oh yeah, what I say about Angela, aka Bubble Girl. She yes, so she based off Angela Pierre, one of my classmates. In 2019, well, probably wouldn't. If yeah, especially if they were a thing. I don't. Yeah, if they made them a thing. No, I don't think she would. Yeah. So, in 2019, very tragic moment. September to be exact, September 2019, Angela had passed away due to a car crash, and yeah, which I did not know until like a week after it happened. It was really sad and everything. And like I said, I know she's in heaven with the Lord, but yeah, so I still miss her down here. Uh, but I feel like a portion of her lives in her character, which is in my, it's a new version of her character in my Yumiko series. So, definitely have that coming. So, yeah, so with Angela, she become Bubble Girl. Um, Somehow there was some robotic jellyfish that activated. So so Bubble Girl went with Sword Girl, Star Striker, and Target to check it out. Um, And only thing I remember, I think the robotic jellyfish, they were of course attacking Street Boy, and apparently uh, Bubble Girl was the one that ended up sort of having the spotlight, of course, being her debut by destroying the jellyfish robots with her exploding bubble powers there. So was that, and then at this point, this is what led into the creation of the Dream League. Me and my big sis Casey, we were talking. So we was like, well, why don't we make like our own Dream League series? We got Star Striker, we got Target, we got Sword Girl, and now Bubble Girl. So I was like, okay, yeah, we could do that. We just need a fifth member there. So so I just came up with Bantam X randomly, um, and how he got his powers. He was dating Sword Girl, and when she gave him when they had their first kiss, he ended up getting the powers of controlling shadow energy. Yeah, shadow, sort of like Ebon there. So yeah, you got your superpowers from your first kiss. Yeah, like I said, at that point, the Bantam X character did not have very good thought. It was not a very good thought process, but like I say, at the time, we just wanted to have our own version of Teen Titans at that point. So, yeah, powers from his first kiss. Suddenly, there's a attack at a museum of an Egyptian curse, and the five of them go to stop it. And hey, we're the Dream League now: Star Striker, Target, Sword Girl, Bubble Girl, and Bantam X. And just like how the Titans are in Titans Tower, and Justice League, they have the Watchtower. Not to be, but yeah, the Watchtower. That's what they call their hideout. Or uh, no, nothing. Yep, yeah, she no, yeah, she was, and she's also the people also um have called Trinity the jack of all trades. Yeah, she knew how like stuff with some of the tech stuff that Billy was talking about. She shopped with Kimberly. She was on the same level as Jason with martial arts there, and even and even had fun with Zach. So she kind of had a little bit of all the ranges kind of in her there. Yeah, she sort of knew how to go all around there as far as hanging with them and stuff like that. So yeah, they so so yeah, with them they so just yeah, like Justice got the White Tower, Avengers got their hideout there. So that's a little bit. I think didn't you say you were cosplaying Trini? Okay. Well, the best thing when to be just and her character according to the Power Ranger history, and then also her actress in real life have passed there. God rest their soul. But now you wouldn't want you get to see how to be yourself there. Be just like Sam Wilson in Captain America. He wasn't trying to be Steve Rogers. He was just who he was as Captain America. Yeah. And pretty much, and same with like Genie role in Aladdin. He had Robert Williams and then Will Smith. So yeah, you just gotta be, as the Genie say, be yourself. Yeah, yeah. They so so with that yeah, oh yeah, you got the Dream League, and their base of operations is Matt Murdock's mansion, and he's pretty much they was their Professor Xavier. What that means? Yeah, but remember, like I say, that's the whole with your imagination. You can even say, because I mean, you cosplay Trini on Facebook, so I mean, you in your imagination, yeah, you can, yeah, things can be as you want them to be. You know, that's the whole fun of imagination there. You know, yeah. One, I will ask one thing. Since you really like the character Billy, have you ever met the actor for Billy, David Yost, in person? I know when I went to a convention in Boulder, I actually got to meet Jason David Frank before he passed away back in 2018. I met him. Both me and my wife met him in person. And, yeah, I know I have shorts of that up there. Yeah. So did you ever meet David Yost? Yeah. Get me some water here. Oh boy. Yeah. Well, but yeah. So you got the completion. So now you got the Dream League. With Matt Murdock as their mentor there on his laptop. Oh, really? Okay. Oh, so he had a little live stream. Okay. Cool. Oh, yeah. Okay. It's still kind. That still counts. And like I said, I think my matter of fact, EJS. He wants. Sorry about that. he had he actually had Jason David Frank had actually commented on a post of his once there, and so yeah, he had a little encounter with Jason David Frank there. So, yeah, and I know Billy was the kind of the main star of the 30th anniversary too. There, yeah, with his own company and everything. So that was a little pretty cool thing to do there. Yeah, but like it's well like I said, Janari, you got it's what it's your imagination is the key here. So you got like I said that when you feel you say you're imaginative, that's how you want to imagine you and Billy. Yeah, that's the same thing I did in high school with me and Anzu, yeah, aka Taya. Yeah. Yeah, that was I used my imagination back in high school, and trust me, I have a really strong imagination. So yeah, imagine Taya as my girlfriend back then. So yeah, that's the way to do it there. In order to to have things that wait, somebody told you that? Some somebody what did they tell you? Did somebody say that on Facebook about you? Hmm, that's not. Lord have mercy. These people, yeah, really. If that's the case. I mean, that really, I don't know what it is with people. Why they can't accept the fact that as fans, we have different ways of thinking. There, yeah, like it's like it's maybe not. But I mean, one thing again, like I say, the haters and stuff like that. Yeah, you got to say, you got to stand stand with what you like, and don't let them haters get into your head there. That's uh, like I say, but I mean, people are going to talk. They say, I mean, you could probably if they talk about you, trust me, they talk. They. I got people talking about me as well, especially I wouldn't. Technically, I would not. Okay, okay. Let me kind of explain some. I wouldn't no. I wouldn't consider it like that. Now. Yeah, I wouldn't consider that. I would not consider that being that you. No, no, no. That's because okay. This let me give you a little example here. Okay, like I mentioned about me and Taya from Yu-Gi-Oh. Uh, she that was my. Let's say I imagined her as my girlfriend in high school. Originally in Yu-Gi-Oh, Taya, her and Yu-Gi-Oh are a thing. But in the role plays that I did with my sister, we imagined uh, me and Taya together, and Casey would imagine herself with Yugi. So that's so in our role play universe, that's how it was there. But the original Yu-Gi-Oh universe, yeah, you had Yugi and Taya. So with Power Rangers, in your imagination, say in your fantasy, you could be it can be you and Billy, and things can be you can even come up with like a storyline of how that could be, how he would end up with you. But in the Power Rangers, it would be you still have that canon. So now you have two different universes. You have the original Power Rangers, and you have what how your story there. That's a so that's the fun. That's the fun of it. That's the fun of creating your say your kind of story there, as they call it fan fiction. So yeah, that's the and no, don't. They, like I say, yeah, just if you look at it like a like your fan fiction universe, yeah, and and say if they don't understand that, don't pay them no mind. They don't understand that. You do you. Yeah, yeah, you do you. Yeah, um, matter of fact, I when I was a kid, I imagined when I was a kid, I had a I don't in the original show. Like I said, they never really did anything with him and Trini, beyond them being friends, for some reason. But in let's say when they got to Zeo, when they got to Zeo, um, there was something that happened to Billy's character. He aged rapidly, and um, they was trying to do something about the aging thing, but they couldn't. There was nothing that they had on Earth that could help with that. So they sent him to Aquitar, where the alien ranger, the Equitians are, and they were able to bring him back to his original age and everything, with something that they had on their planet. While he was there, Billy mentioned that he had fell in love with one of the natives there. So, and he mentions about it in the 30th anniversary. So he actually, according to Power Rangers, he's um he's in a relationship with one of the Equations. Now I tell you, if yeah. Well, I tell you, hey, I got here's an idea for your here's an idea for your how you can make you and Billy work. Um, you in your if you make a fan fiction, with how you talk about this on Facebook, you and Billy. If you make a fan fiction for that, you could say that you're one of okay, but here's just hear me out. I got a night. Here's a night. This is an idea. You could say in the show universe that you're one of the Aquitar natives. Imagine as one of the Equations from Aquitar, and that's the one you would be the one that Billy fell in love with in the show. That sounds pretty good, don't it? Yeah, that yeah, 'cause that actually. Yeah, that would actually be a pretty cool thing to imagine. Oh, sorry, I was looking off there. Yeah, my phone charger was acting up on me there. Name would be Lily. Okay, yep, that's a good. Yeah, especially since their planet is water and everything. That would yeah, Lily would definitely work. Lily, Lily, and Billy. So Billy and Lily. There you go. Yeah, it's always the way to yeah, especially when it comes to writing your own thing as a fan and everything. It's always a way to work that there. Yeah, it's got as SpongeBob say. That's why you got to use your imagination. That's yep. 'Cause trust me, I know about imagination. So like I say, I still use my. I'm gonna be 37 March 31st, and I'm still using my imagination. So yeah, and trust me, so you probably could imagine I'm pretty much the odd one on my job there. So yeah, a lot of yeah, I got people that don't get me. So yeah, yep, yep. And like I say, that will yeah, that will definitely work. Yep. Yep, and also, because that's the reason I suggest because I know you love Billy, so that and say that would be best way. Cause that, yeah, you could even like 30th anniversary. Billy be like, I need yeah, I better get home, but I better get home and check on Lily. So yeah, after them doing their stopping Robo Rita and stuff there. Yeah, yep. So. Ooh. Nope, they would not. No, no, they wouldn't be able to then. Yeah, you would have it made there. No, yeah, that's pretty. That's a pretty like I said, yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good to stop. For that for this there. About good old Billy. So, yeah, and I tell you what. Yeah, but and like I say, I'm gonna go back with what I was yeah, but in your fan fiction, you could in your fanfic, yeah, you can definitely be Lily, or tell you what, Janara, if you want to use your name Janara, uh, if you want to use, hey, yeah, you could definitely even use Janara. Like I say, you make your fanfic what you make it there. You can use Janara and yeah, as an addition, you could even maybe that could be a nickname, Lily. Lily could be the nickname, like Billy might say you're his little Lily. Yeah. So like sometimes I tell my wife she's like my little strawberry. So yeah, there you go. So, so yeah, it's all good with that there. Yeah. Oh boy. So all right, so let me get back with the Dream League, but I definitely and trust me, Power Rangers is gonna be the next one tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to the Dream League. I can finish with that there. For today. So all right, thinking they did at one point. They had own Power Ranger. I think it was Wild Force. Wild Force. Both Saban still had it, but he had a kind of a half relation with Disney. And then when they got to Ninja Storm, Disney completely took over. But when they got after RPM, Disney they was getting into other stuff, and behind the scenes they gave it. Saban came and bought it back. So now, Saban got it when Samurai started, and I think they say has actually I think it's Hasbro that has Power Rangers now. So I'm not sure how that's. I don't know if Saban still has. I don't know if it's like both him and Hasbro. I'm not completely sure, but I know Hasbro is involved with them now. Um, But Saban had taken over when Samurai came up, though. Yeah. Yeah, but Disney did. But Disney, for a brief moment, Disney was in control of Power Rangers for a while there. As yeah, from what I've heard, I have not seen what they're going to do yet, but it's yeah, I don't know what they're gonna make it, but like I say, we'll have. I mean, now whether we like what they put out, this all depends on what we see, on what we think when we see it. But one thing, but at least one good thing, at least we have our original Power Rangers. So yeah, even if we don't like the new stuff, we still got the old classic. So at least we can always go back and rewatch that. There. Yeah, we can have all the fun we want with the classic there. So that's at least a good thing. Yeah. So oh yeah. So with that, so now that so with the Dream League, they even got together. Immediately after the Dream League series started, like yeah, the first five. Shortly after that, they got a sixth member, which was a stray dog that wandered into the mansion and got altered by some of Brian's machines to make him called Red Dog, sort of a talking bionic dog there on Men. Oh, Trini's daughter, yes. She was she was yeah, I didn't have a problem with her. Um I think she was handled really well there, and she I know obviously was upset about the death of her mom. Quite I mean any child would be upset about their parent about losing their parent. Um, they didn't. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. They didn't really clarify who the dad was there. Um, because I guess we can't really because like I said, as for in continuity, because like I said, since Billy was on Aquatar, yeah, and we know it with him. Some people have speculated Zach. That's what they didn't. Now they didn't officially say it, but some fans have speculated Zach, and some have suspected Jason. Uh, so that's pretty much all that's to go on. It's just speculation there. Um, I my assumption, uh, because she didn't know that Treaty was a Power Ranger until she overheard Billy and Zach talking about what happened to Trini. So my speculation is that possibly her dad could have been probably a random guy who wasn't a Power Ranger. Uh, you think it might be Jason? Mm, yeah, that's a possibility. That's a possibility. I was about to say I think it could have been like a random, like maybe one of the non-ranger characters that we see in season two or something. But it is possible that it could be Jason there. Never know. I mean, he was. I mean, because Jason Trini and Zach they were at that peace conference, so maybe Richie. Yeah. Oh yeah, there was. Yeah. Um, Little note about Richie. Richie actually was. They actually were going to make either Richie or there was another character, Zach's cousin, that was in season two. They brought these two in because Saban was he was sort of thinking of making one of them the new White Ranger after Tommy lost his Green Ranger powers. They was gonna do that at first, but then they brought Tommy back to be the White Ranger. So yeah, but that's why we got those characters, Richie and I forgot his name, but Zach's cousin there, Curtis. Yeah, that's why they had Richie and Curtis in the show because they were thinking of one of them being the White Ranger there. Yeah, but mm, like I said, well, I know the show. The only reason it wasn't in the show because, like I say, a whole thing with Aquatar. Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe if they had, they probably would have. They probably would have got somebody more mixed between Asian and Caucasian there. If they did that there, but instead it was Aquatar. So yeah, that's the only. Yeah, that. But it's a. But of course they didn't come out and say it. So yeah, we pretty much have to play get. So yeah, all of us are pretty much playing guessing games with that there, with our theories and stuff. Yeah, as we do with a lot of stuff. Yeah, that's why you got so many theory videos on different things on YouTube. Yeah, so yeah. He seemed like he was in the show. He seemed like it, but like I said, they never did some. And then I tell you what, some people actually, speculated the reason why they didn't get together or anything like that. Uh, some people speculated that he was more like a brother to her and Kimberly. Yeah, like he was. They uh they they spec almost like because sometimes it was like Trini was kind of looking out for Billy like the way siblings look out for each other. Sort of like just like with me and Casey, because Casey looked out for me a lot back in summer school. Yeah, especially kind of helped me out there. So yeah, they sort of. I guess it was sort of more like me and Casey. They sort of look at each other as a brother and a sister. Yeah, that's what a lot of that's what seemed like people speculate from their behavior there. Sometimes it be like that there. So problem, yeah, it's kind of different with people there. Yeah, so ooh, that was it. Yeah, no, all right. So let me get back with the. I don't. Let's see, just because. No, no, there's nothing that can. No, there's no. I mean, 'cause, like I say, people. If a person fall in love with somebody, I mean, don't really the ethnicity doesn't. It is not really a factor. I mean, if boy like the girl like the boy. Hey, what's up? That's how I look at it. Hey, I like you, you like me. So yeah, no. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, no. Ethnicity, there's not really that a big of a deal there. No. Well, oh no, no. No, I'm not like that. Like I say, I mean, 'cause trust me, you got a lot of interracial couples there. Yeah, so that's yeah. They say people fall in love. Just they just it just happens. Regardless of the race there. So, no, yeah, now I don't know why the studio didn't put them together. That I don't know, but like I say, if they had wanted to, they would have done it there. And like I say, me, so that's like I say, and but I guess in your fanfic case, in your fan fiction case, yeah, you Billy X you. So yeah, they say love is love. Mhm. In that, especially done in the right way there too. Yeah. So oh yeah. So let me get back with the dream. Never call them. Not really. No. It's just who you. It's just who you. If you're in love with that person and they feel the same way about you. I mean, yeah, the color really shouldn't be a thing there. It's just a matter of the two of you feeling the same way for one another. Yeah. Yeah. So, ooh. So oh yeah, let me get back with Dream League. I keep trying to get back with it there. I try to yeah, so I'm trying to like all the thing like the Power Rangers. Yeah, Yeah, I'm gonna bring that up in tomorrow's stream. Yeah, I want to go back with Dream League there, but tomorrow's stream, yeah, all Power Rangers. So yeah, yeah, expect that as well as also will be coming after that. Um, so so the dream, so yeah, like so they get the 6 member Red Dog. Red Dog, yeah, he's a talking bionic dog there. He helps the Dream League with different things. And so the next thing that I remember that writing for that series, there was a another it's based there was something based on another tragic event that happened in my to me. It's not a death though, but one of I had a friend of mine back then while I was while I was in high school during 'cause actually I was 16 in 2004. So there was a friend of mine from church that was sort of he had sort of got into it with a gang, and from what I heard something happened with him and the gang leader, and yeah, they had like a little argument or something like that, and this friend of mine, he tried to shoot the gang leader, and they were at the fairgrounds when it happened, and he missed the gang leader, and it hit an innocent bystander by mistake. Turns out, um, the innocent bystander was a kid that was about to graduate from high school and everything, and pretty much took his life. So yeah, there is a there, but not of my friend though. But this kid who was about to graduate from high school, yeah, he lost his life there, and this caused my friend to get arrested because of it, along with the gang. And with so hearing about that in the news, I was kind of depressed about that there, because this friend of mine, we had grown up together in the church and everything, ever since I was like 3, because we got pictures of us at my 4th birthday party over that we had at McDonald's there. Um, so as I was, so we were writing, so me and Kay, we were writing Dream League episodes. I had decided to make an episode based on this, but in a good way. And in the episode, Samuel, aka Star Striker, hears about a friend of his named Nate Daniel. Um, Same thing happened to my friend in real life, uh, and he wanted to try to change that. So Brian just so happened to build a time machine. So they use it. They go back in time and they stop Nathaniel from making the bad decision. Um, Break and change the timeline. He doesn't get arrested. But but yeah, okay, yes, yeah. So I'm not and don't get me. I'm not upset with you there. No. It's still cool. It's still cool there. Yeah. So I'm not upset with you, Janara there. So so yeah, he so with that, it ends up changing the timeline to where, oh, I won't. So it ends up changing the timeline where where the gang somehow gets mutated, um and they end up attacking the Dream League, and I think 2 of them become Red Fire and Blue Fire, well, with different fire powers. And however, just when it almost seems all over the Dream League, Nathaniel ends up becoming Power Eagle, and the 7th member of the Dream League, and the 7 of them are able to overpower the gang and defeat Red Fire and Blue Fire temporarily because they're like, "Oh, we'll be back." Turns out later in the series, Red Fire and Blue Fire start to become pretty much like main and pretty much like Arcturus was. And then there's a point in the series where they sort of make a deal with the devil. Oh boy, yeah, that happened, and they end up getting more powers and everything to where they become mutant fire ants and pretty much burn the earth down there. The the Dream League ends up it's almost like oh my goodness, this might be over for all of us. But then they end up having a meeting. Three of them, Star Striker, Sword Girl, and Phantom X, end up meeting up with Jesus himself and end up getting these super power ups. You got Supreme Star Mode. No, actually, I think it's Holy Star Mode, Supreme Sword Mode. So it's Holy Star Mode for Star Striker, Supreme Sword Mode for Sword Girl, and I'm trying to think what it was for Phantom X. I can't think what the power up was for Phantom X, but he does get one of them. Um, and with those power ups, there it's almost like in Power Rangers how they get the battleizers and stuff like that. It's kind of similar to that there, kind of. So, yeah, they use that and they pretty much get everything back to normal, defeating the Fire Brothers, and yeah, they pretty much as superheroes always say, save the day. And there was going to be there was actually going to be some more to the Dream League series that was involving what was called the Antichrist from the Left Behind series. Um, it was that the Antichrist had went back in time with this time machine he found in the junkyard back to 2004 and was going to try to reign supreme again. And so it was going to be the Dream League fighting the Antichrist at first. And I didn't really. That was pretty much where I had came to a writer's block that kind of I didn't continue the series any further. I got to the point where he mind controlled Bubble Girl, and it just kind of ended on a cliffhanger there, sort of like uh, sort of similar to like Darkwing Duck in the 2017 DuckTales series, uh, when he was fighting that guy who turned out to be him. Me? Whoa, what a twist! Sadly, beloved TV show Darkwing Duck was canceled before we could end this special. So, yeah, sort of like that there. It kind of ended there. There were other attempts of bringing back the Dream League. Like, I guess you could say, like trying to remake or reboot it shortly after that. Uh, Sound like oh, yeah, with that voice. Oh, the voice I did for Darkwing Duck. Yeah. I could do a pretty good Joker voice. Yeah, especially the classic Joker. This was what he kind of this what the classic Joker sound like. Um, and what's wakey wake? Okay. Let me. Okay, so of course there's the laugh. Wakey wakey Batman. Really? I must be falling into a bit of a rut. You're not just going to leave him like this, are you? Hello, he's still alive. Lex Flex. Listen to someone who knows. Don't wait. Do it now. And they call me crazy. So yeah, it's gotta. Yeah, that was from a Justice League episode called All for Injustice when Joker cameoed there. Yeah, he was. Yeah, that's the iconic Mark Hamill Joker. Yeah, he's a very well known Joker in the DC universe. So yeah, stop. Okay, yeah. So, um, yeah, and I'm gonna also speaking of like voices and stuff like that. I have another playlist that I started on the channel called Voiceovers. I got a few of them on there. There's a one of me doing a voiceover of Bobby Proud from the Proud family, and I recently just put one up of me doing Scar and Mufasa from the Lion King there. So yeah, definitely, yeah, later check those. and I'll be adding some more to that there, trying to show the different voices I can do and stuff like that there. And my friend EJ, he did a voice of what you call it, I think it was Andrew Tate. He did an Andrew Tate impersonation. He's like, I can't believe I'm doing this on TikTok. Yeah, now you got me card saying. Yeah, that was the first time I've heard of that guy. They say he's I think an internet influencer or something like that. But yeah, he did an imitation of that guy there. Can I do Billy? Yeah, I get. And I've actually imagined myself as Billy. Yeah, so yeah. Let me try. Wow, a real functioning, a real fun, a real functioning of an animatronic metamorphosis. Let's see. Okay. Well, I'm trying to think of another scene with him. Okay. Affirmative. You see, Alpha traced their molecular patterns to the putties in the park when they took Tommy to the dark dimension. So with these molecular decoders, we can follow the same path as them. Affirmative. Yeah. And and I know there's a real good Billy scene with him fighting was the brick bully. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to remember a scene. Yeah, I was trying to get a scene right off the top of my head there to really, yeah, that he was, really that he was in a lot there. I think my favorite Billy scene is the him fighting the brick bully in season 3. It's like, wait, you're still here? I'm gonna be here as long as it takes for me to defeat you. So yeah, Billy stood. Yeah, Billy was like, I ain't. Yeah, he was in that mode of I ain't fooling around. So, yeah, he, oh boy, good old Billy there. So, yeah, and that's actually what I'm gonna. I can say. Oh, cool. Yeah, yep. I think yeah, I gotta hit. Yeah, I gotta take a. I've seen some. I know I saw some of your video, but I gotta see some of your recent ones. I'm assuming you must have imitated Billy on some of your recent videos on Facebook. Um, and really, that's why I say you really. And that's if you want. If you if you want to. I'm not saying you have to do this, but it would be really nice if you put some of your videos on your YouTube channel there. Um, to kind of share about, like what you have on Facebook and stuff like that. See, how see many of the fans and stuff you get and everything now. Yep. Yeah, cause see, but about this. Oh yeah, yes. Yeah. In my next tomorrow's stream, I'm gonna be talking about um as Tommy say, my history as a Power Ranger, and what I mean by that is when I was a kid, when Power Rangers first came out, 1993. Now I did watch it when it first came out, but I actually did not get into it until 1995, like officially get into it. So I was kind of late into getting into Power Rangers. They was already, showing the first movie and then season 3, and they show reruns of season 1 and 2. When in 1993, when they first came out, I was 5 years old. I was 5, so I was because I was born in 1988. Um, and when I turned 7 and got in second grade, 1995, that's when I officially got into it. And like say the first movie they had put it out on DVD, on video, on VHS then, and they were showing episodes of season 3 on Saturday mornings. But I was trying to catch up with the reruns of season 1 and 2 on when they showed on the weekdays on Fox Kids there. Yeah, still. that's how I saw a lot of like, especially season 2 episodes with the Thunder Megazord. Yeah, that was my favorite. I do like season 1's Megazord. Don't get me wrong. I know that's the OG original. But that Thunder Megazord really, I guess it was just the look of it that really drew me in there. When he's like, when he say Mastodon, Lion, Thunderzord power, and changing all to the Thunderzord, which really was the Die Ranger Zords and stuff. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna be talking about in my next stream. It's definitely. And when I was imagining myself in Power Rangers, I imagined myself as the Blue Ranger like Billy, because he had glasses like me, and I thought that was really cool. That was favorite Ranger. Yes, when I Billy when I first got into Power Rangers, Billy, because like I say, he was a Blue Ranger, and he wore glasses. That's what made him my favorite growing up there. Yeah, I felt like I was him there when I watched the show. So that's why I got the thumbnail the way it is on that the live stream schedule I posted Sunday. That's why I have that like that. Because I was a big Billy fan growing up. Yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be talking about that, my history, and imagining myself in the Power Rangers and stuff. Different things I like about the Power Rangers and stuff like that. Um, and there was and also a few things I sort of imagined myself with the original series in there. So yeah, we're gonna go into all that detail tomorrow there. Oh, thank you. They say and like Jesus say, I love you too. As a friend, I love you too. There, as we should all of us love one another. Yeah, yeah. That is a that is definitely a good thing. Oh well, yeah, I know. That's what I said. Yeah, just like my friends, yeah, you can still love your friends though. Just in a it's in a different way, but you can still love your friends. Yeah, yeah. That's Oh yeah, yeah. I definitely understand that. No, that's a so yeah. Like I say, that's yeah. But yeah, that would definitely be the next stream about the Power Rangers there. I was trying to think of something else I could show um for this. Tell you what, for cause we're at the 1 hour 22 minute mark there. And like I said, I would so there's a few things I'll show just to sort of make that 2 hour. Yes, yes, I know. Yep, I definitely, because I know you love this as much as you love the blue Billy, it's Blue Ranger. Yeah, you definitely gonna want to see tomorrow's stream. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so that's what I was trying to do. Okay, go to my channel here. So yeah, show you a few things just to sort of say. Is the I. Well, I shall never be king. That's me doing the voice of Star there. You'll never see the light of another day. But you. Didn't your mother ever tell you not to play with your food? What do you want? I'm here to announce that King Mufasa is on his way. So you better have a good excuse for missing the ceremony this morning. Oh, come look now, Zazu. You made me lose my lunch. You lose more than that when the king gets through with you. He says, man is a hippo and a honey, let me tell you. Thank you. I quiver with fear. Now, Scar, don't look at me that way. Hey! Scar. Mm-hmm. Drop him. Impeccable timing, Your Majesty. Why, if it isn't my big brother descending from on high to mingle with the commoners. So
So Robbie and I didn't see you at the presentation of Simba. That was today? Oh, I just simply... I must have slipped my mind. Yes, well, as slippery as your mind is, as the king's brother, you should have been first tonight.
Like
I
that
was
bite
first
part.
tonight until the little hairball was born. That hairball is my son and your future king. Oh, I shall practice my courtesy. Don't turn your back on me, Scar. Oh no, Mufasa. Perhaps you shouldn't turn your back on me. Is that a challenge? Temper. I wouldn't dream of challenging you. Pity. Why not? Well, as far as brains go, I've got the lion's share, but when it comes to brute strength, I'm frail with the shadowing of the gene pool. There's one in every family, sire. Two in mine, actually. And he always managed to ruin the special occasions. What am I going to do with him? He'd make a very handsome thrill rug. Sasu. Well, just think. Whenever he gets dirty, you could take him out and beat him.
Throw. And ironically about what he said about he make a handsome throw rug, Pete, there's a lot of speculation. You remember Disney's Hercules? There's a scene where Hercules wears the pelt of a lion, and that lion looks a lot like Scar. And people have speculated that he was wearing Scar's body or his fur. Which the only problem with that theory, besides being a little disturbing, is the fact though Scar is how Scar went out. In the end of the Lion King movie, the hyenas ate Scar, and wild animals do not eat the same way as humans do. They obviously the only thing they would have left of Scar would be the bones there, as we've seen happen in the Lion King movie. Like, oh my friends, I thought he said we were the enemy. And yeah, no, let me explain. No, you don't understand. No, I didn't mean it. No. Yeah, so I don't think any of Scar would have been left for Hercules to wear. So that's the only problem with that theory. I mean, he did look like Scar the lion he wore, but yeah, I highly would doubt that there. Yeah. But yeah, and then there's I hadn't got these on you. Now I hadn't put these on YouTube yet, but I will have these on YouTube soon. But here's a little sneak peek. They're on my TikTok right now. Right.
To the secret lab. Pull the lever, Crunk.
Doing Yzma and Crunk.
Why would we even have that lever? Get out of my way. Please remain seated and keep your arms and legs inside the right at all times. Hey, Yzma, wave your hands in the air like you just don't care.
He didn't originally say that in the movie. I added the wave your hands in the air.
How should I do it? I know. First, I'll turn him into a bee.
I love that part.
And then I'll put that bee in a box. And I'll put that box into the box. And I'll make that box to be dead. And when it arrives, smash it with the hammer. It's brilliant. Genius, I say. Or to save on postage, I'll poison him with this. Oh, take it, Crunk. Feel the power. Oh, yeah. I can feel it. A moment of triumph approaches. It's dinner time. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, Crunk, how many times have I had to tell you you do not have to do that dun thing? It's really unnecessary. Okay, but I feel like we should do something. Well, there's only one thing that's necessary. The evil laugh.
And
Do the secret
that was complete. That last part was completely improv there. That there's an additional improv there. So, yeah, sort of. Sometimes you can throw in a little improvs there, sort of. In EJ's last stream, that's what he was. That's what he was coming from acting class, and that's what that was the Monday night. That's what they were talking about was improvisation there. A lot of actors be using that, especially like Eddie Murphy and stuff like that. When he played Donkey Shrek, and also actors like Mike Epps in the movie Roscoe Jenkins. They matter of fact, they say Mike Epps. He did not even read his script at all. He may have looked at it a little bit, but he didn't. But he did not. He didn't really pay a lot of attention to his script, other than like, okay, in this scene you do this. So most everything he said in that movie was improv. There, he pretty much was just coming off the top of his head. Now that's a major improv in there because, like I say, he didn't really follow much of any of the script. He was completely off script. Yeah, and then like I say, Eddie Murphy with Donkey. And it's a little joke I thought of about when he was playing Donkey. Um, he's falling asleep. They have like these adult jokes in Shrek. Um, Donkey and Shrek, they're asleep, and then they wake up when Princess Fiona is cooking breakfast, and Shrek wakes up first, and Donkey's still asleep, and he's dreaming, and he's like, "Yeah, come on, girl, I know you like it. I know I like it, like that. Oh, come on, girl, quit playing. Oh, I like it, like that. Come on, girl, quit playing." And Shrek's like, Donkey. Well, what I do? So I kind of the joke I thought of. What if Donkey? Oh, Eddie Murphy had actually fallen asleep behind the mic, and maybe and they actually had to wake him up in character. Let's see, Tommy Oliver. Yeah, I could try. I've actually I think I may have done that before. Okay, hold on. Let me think. Let me think of a scene real quick. Green with Fever. Okay. Tommy. No, oh wait, no. Okay, wait, you didn't know what's the. Um, prepare for the fall of the Power Rangers. Aya! Long live Empress Rita. Okay. You're finished. And let's see. Okay, there's that scene. I'm trying to think of another thing. Oh yeah, the 25th anniversary. Okay. Who better to defeat Tommy Oliver than me, Tommy Oliver? You you may be say about him. Oh, let's see what he said. Oh yeah, okay. You may look like me, but without a master morpher, you're just a cheap copy. Well, this copy's gonna kick your butt. It's morphing. Dino Thunder, power up! Ha! You haven't been Dino Thunder Black in over a century. You're old, but I'm a robot. I'll never age. There's a lot of things that I can do that you can't do. It's morphin' time. See a Ranger 5, red. See, your Zeo powers can't defeat me. Tiger Zord, right Ranger power. Time to finish this. Green Ranger power, Dragon Zord. You're yeah. So. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Tommy be putting a lot into those fights there. And I tell you a little something behind the scenes. Remember Dino Thunder when he got called for Dino Thunder, and he first, they were first recording and stuff like that. I heard from I don't know if you ever heard of this guy, YouTuber Link Cara. He was doing like a history of Power Rangers review. Linkara say that Disney passed a memo to Jason David Frank, and for some reason the memo said you need to stop swearing. What? They For some reason, like the sounds that he makes when he's Tommy, like who see ayo, see ayo. For some reason, Disney thought he was swearing. Okay, Disney, how does that sound like swearing? That doesn't make any sense there. Yeah, that was a really weird memo. Oh, I don't, and yeah, but I tell you, I really did enjoy Dino Thunder with him back in there. Yeah. Also, there was something about Billy in Dino Thunder. The villain Zeldrax. That was sort of like a personal adversary for Tommy in Dino Thunder. Originally, they were gonna fly Billy out to New Zealand to play Zeldrax. I don't know what the story was supposed to be behind that, but in my opinion, if you were gonna put Billy in Dino Thunder, um, nothing against Tommy, but why not make Billy the teacher, and then he becomes the Dino Thunder Black Ranger? Yeah, I mean, like I say, being a science teacher, that sounds more like Billy. I'm just saying, considering all that he was into in the previous season, yeah, why not he come back and be the science teacher? Yeah, though, and yeah, I think that would have been a pretty good, but like I say, they did they did do him some good justice for Cosmic Fury. Yes, yeah, after the 30th anniversary, they brought him, and they had cameos from other Rangers too, but he was the main cameo of that season. He was the one, um, pretty much kind of mentoring the Rangers and still using his original Mighty Morphin powers there. So that was a major. So at least they had that there. That was good, but it would have been. But I feel like it would have been really nice to see him in Dino Thunder as the in as the science teacher becoming the Black Ranger there. Yeah, yeah, like I say, but apparently one can dream there. So yeah, that um, but yeah, that so yeah, I think that's, let's see, 1 hour 37 minutes. Okay, so yeah, with that, I think I will probably see now. So maybe I can. Yeah, it's almost 10 o'clock there. But yeah, I think I'll kind of cut it there for this stream. Then come back for the next one so I can kind of get an early start for my midnight shift at work. Yeah, so, yeah, that way I can probably at least get off work at least about. I gotta go in at midnight, so at least I can get out of there between 8:30 and 9 o'clock there. Come back here and chill and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna cut it here. Y'all like what y'all been hearing and everything. Appreciate y'all coming in. Definitely like, share, and subscribe. Get our available books and stuff like that. And also, as a matter of fact, we should have one book that will be on the way next month. Just got one more thing to finish on it, so we should be having a new book coming soon. And like I say, hit us up on that, support us on that Patreon. And good, and yep, and I did enjoy talking to you there. I know, I know we kind of went off topic, I did enjoy the conversation there. Like I say, definitely, yeah, definitely definitely keep your spirits up there. Like I say, and I'll be definitely looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, talking about the Power Rangers, good old Billy. So Yep. So I mean, yeah, definitely support us on that Patreon, just like EJ the Supreme, Big Sis Casey, and Iceman Universe. Hang out with us here, Discord, Facebook, and let's tell each other some stuff on that McCary app. Get encouraged. Oh, yep. Huh. Yeah, and I tell you, my sister did the same thing to get me through summer school. She gave me confidence to get through summer school there. So yeah, so that's why I say we all need somebody. Yeah, we on this earth to help each other. That's even as they say, and sometimes it's difficult, but like I say, we got as they say that that's all the more reason to help one another. Mhm. So we'll see y'all. We will see y'all in the next stream about my adventure, my history as a Power Ranger, Blue Ranger Billy. Yeah, so we'll see y'all then. Y'all take care, everybody. Peace out.